Buenas and half a day, I'm Julian Hernandez with the Pacific Daily News, and these are the top stories from the PDN newsroom.
Guam will pay $3.9 million to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for the federal agency's past costs related to Ordot dump under a proposed partial consent decree. This is separate from an earlier court-approved partial consent decree in which the U.S. government agreed to pay the government of Guam $48.9 million for GovGuam's past costs to clean up and close the environmentally hazardous dump. The latest proposal is going through a required 30-day public comment period. It was filed in the District Court of Washington, D.C. on January 17. The proposed partial consent decree provides for the recovery of past US EPA response costs related to Ordot dump pursuant to the Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation and Liability Act, CERSLA. Specifically, it requires Guam to pay the US EPA $3.9 million plus agreed upon interest of $17,745.53. In other news, Monday's 2025 Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service event at Micronesia Mall saw a smaller turnout than previous years, but organizers attributed the smaller crowd to outreach efforts in local schools starting a week ago. The three-day holiday weekend celebrated nationally honors the birthday of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., a prominent leader in the civil rights movement and a Nobel Peace Prize winner who was assassinated in 1968. This is the only federal holiday designated as a National Day of Service, encouraging people to volunteer their time to improve their communities. High school students gathered Monday at various AmeriCorps programs and other organizational booths, holding their Passport for Service learning sheets. They were able to learn more about programs and start fulfilling their service learning requirements. Students must complete 75 hours of service to graduate. Finally, Dr. Ukachua Akoma has denied allegations of sexual assault brought against him in the District Court of Guam. His attorney William Gabras filed an answer to the complaint and demand for a jury filed by Diana Terion on January 16. Terion brought a case against Akoma in the local Superior Court of Guam, but the Office of the Attorney General filed a motion to dismiss the case in December. Attorney General Douglas Moylan cited a couple of judges' decisions that were detrimental to the government's case, adding that Terion was no longer responsive to communications. But Terion, who had relocated to Hawaii after the April 2024 trial, said via email that she had been in regular contact with Acting Chief Prosecutor Gloria Rudolph, as well as the AG's victim advocate, and she was deeply disheartened by the move. Terion filed suit in October 2023 in federal court and seeks $500,000 in damages. A man seriously burned from a car crash Sunday night along Harmon Loop Road in Ordot remains in critical condition at a hospital and not deceased, according to the Guam Police Department on Tuesday. GPD issued a clarification and correction to previous information it released to the media that the man had succumbed to his injuries. It has now been confirmed by the hospital that the operator is alive and currently in critical condition under the intensive care unit at Guam Regional Medical City, GPD said in a statement on Tuesday. On Monday, after a follow-up investigation at GRMC about the Sunday night crash, police said family members present at the hospital identified the vehicle operator. At the time, GPD said investigators also received information that the man had succumbed to his injuries and passed away. On Tuesday, GPD said further investigation has revealed that the initial information about the lone operator involved in a serious traffic crash along Route 27 Ordot being deceased was incorrect. In other news, Acting Governor Josh Tenorio on Monday called for unity and continued collaboration with the White House as Republican Donald Trump returns as the 47th U.S. president. I feel that all Americans should be optimistic with the new administration. Of course, a lot of people, based on the rhetoric and based on some of the policy decisions, are nervous, Tenorio, a Democrat, said. There's a good portion of the population that is troubled, but I think it's our obligation to try and be open-minded, to be able to try and understand what the objectives are of the new administration. Trump's January 20 inauguration marks his second term after serving as 45th president from 2017 to 2021. This time, his vice president is former Senator J.D. Vance. The Republican Trump-Vance team defeated the Democratic ticket of then Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz in the 2024 election. I would say I think all Americans need to, number one, celebrate that we have a peaceful transfer of power. And number 2, try to be open and understand what the objectives are of the new administration, Tenorio said. Finally, a man is facing multiple felony charges, including second-degree criminal sexual conduct after allegedly abusing a 6-year-old girl known to him, even videotaping her naked in the shower, according to a magistrate complaint filed in the Superior Court of Guam. Jeffrey Dizon Carlos, 53, has been charged with 2 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct as a second-degree felony, 2 counts of fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct as a third-degree felony, and criminal voyeurism as a third-degree felony. At around 4:35 p.m. on January 17, the teen reported to the Guam Police Department that Carlos had allegedly sexually abused her on several occasions. The alleged incidents date back to early 2024, according to the complaint. For more on these stories, go to GuamPDN.com and follow us on social media.